guys, so a while back I bought a Pacman Cabaret cab from a company called Coin Up Warehouse in the US, and I got it shipped over through Retro Games Party. They organize big containers of arcade cabinets, and when they've enough they ship them over. So it arrived in England a while ago, and then I sorted out transport from England over here. Anyway, long story short, it's arrived, and I'm on my way to pick it up. Now the reason I got it is because I wanted it, but it was quite cheap. It's in desperate need of a complete refurbish, but it's all original parts and etc. So I'm gonna pick it up, see what condition it's in, and that's pretty much the start of a new project. I'm actually picking it up from the warehouse, the transport company. They can deliver to your home, but you have to arrange that, you have to be there and all that. It's actually, with a big van like that, it's actually much easier for me to pick it up from the warehouse. So that's what we're gonna do. So let's go. So I'm just home and collected the cab. That took a while. Actually, I actually lifted the cab out of the van now, and I should probably close the door of the van. But I got it. So this is my. Well, you've probably seen the video by now, but doesn't that look cool in the dark? The tiny bit of Christmas decoration here, but here is the Pacman cab. So right now, actually, let me switch this camera around. So right now, it's not quite a Pacman cab. Hello, dude, you just had my buzz in you. You're limping still, buddy. Dude is getting old, and yeah, buddy. And he had a broken paw years and years ago when he was a pup, but now he's limping because arthritis is catching up with you. Anyway, back to the cab. So right now, it's not a Pacman cab. It's a Trojan. Trojan was a Romstar and Capcom game. Not a great game really, by all accounts. It's actually quite a rare PCB. I have no interest in it. Might actually resell that along with the Marquee. Although that's a cool Marquee, I might keep that. To resell the PCB. This control panel is actually flaking off. I can't possibly resell that, like it's all dirty. So I need to clean that first. But it's all here. The coin door is here. Although that's locked. I don't have a key for it. The monitor is here. So this was sold, all of it, as non-working. It doesn't start, it doesn't work. That's the deal. So I got this for about, what was it, $120, I think, and that's dollars. So it was quite cheap, but it's all there. The serial faded. Is it even there? Is it underneath? Is there something over there? But it's all there. Switch button. So there you go. So the plan here for now is to actually clean it. You can see there's some flaking water damage here. I'll have to tidy all this and treat it, and that can probably just come off. Yeah, the bottom is rough. I'll actually need to clean that. It needs new T-molding. Control panel is all there. I think first order of business is actually get through that with that coin door. Flip the oh my god, this is it's probably saying too much. Some gunk in here. Yeah. Buttons are all there. Jeez, look at these start buttons. Were these cone buttons that got worn out? Anyway, but look at, yeah, it needs a good clean first. I wonder, is the Marquee, is there a Marquee, or is the Pacman Marquee, is it inverted? It could be underneath that, I don't know. Anyway, let's clean this and dig in. I'll say that again. Let's dig in and clean this and dig in and actually I managed to open the door from the back. Just unscrewed the this nut here actually lets you sorry, this nut here actually lets you detach this part, which is actually the lock. So, and there's a coin mech here already. I assume that's for quarters. Sorry. Yeah, it's all there. Actually missing the lamps. Actually, no, there's a lamp here. Or is there? Oh, no, that's the. Oh, so there's no light on those lamps. That's unusual. We'll have to fix that. Yeah, I can see wires were cut here and there, and yeah, it needs some work. So the coin box is there. Actually, that's unusual. A lot of these coin boxes are the first thing to go, because people like coin boxes. Okay, there you go. Gonna detach this guy and see what's underneath. So yeah, in there was also the manual and some schematics. Actually, I see the power supply has been replaced with a switching power supply. That's interesting. Yes, it is. The isolation transformers are still there, although it's hard to see. Let me grab my trusty lamp. It's like a lightsaber, this thing. So, fuses. We'll have to test all these. Wow, the bottom is really destroyed here. Wow, I'll have to reinforce that. Coin panel. Actually, we'll open the coin panel. It's secure with these standard clamps. There you go. That should be open. Oh, the PCB looks clean. Looks very clean, actually. Yeah, I'll probably sell this part. I really don't care for the game, and I already have too many PCBs to fix. I'll give it a quick test and then see. Anyway, let's get back and open this coin door. So yeah, I found these manuals. What's this? AC. So that's probably just power schematics. What you wonder? Or is that for the? No, because it needs +5, +12, -5. I'm not sure actually. What is this? It's probably some of you are familiar with it going, Ollie, fucking idiot, it said. Yeah, we got AC in here. Okay, so it's probably just the schematics for the power regulation and ground. And then outputting minus, plus, and +12. Some power supply of sorts. And the Trojan, that can't be common. I've never seen one actually. Romstar was very frugal with their manuals. There was no schematics or anything like that. Same with Arkanoid, which makes it a real pain. Control panel, PCB layout. Look at that. I mean, that's PCB layout. That's your. Boy. And that's all they give you. Yeah, Arkanoid was the same. There was just nothing there. Okay, so this doesn't even pivot. Now, why are you all gunked up here? Oh yeah. Although it is all leaf switch, which again is a good thing because it's harder to find leaf switches now. Still find them. It's just they're not more expensive than micro switches, and just find them nicer. Most people do, in fairness. They're just faster and more responsive. You know, you don't have the spring or that sort of not as hard to press. You know, you can really, especially for stuff like Hyper Sport, for example, you don't want a micro switch there. At least I assume you don't, because you're just clicking that thing constantly. Other than that, it's actually in decent conditions here. Yeah. Like this guy is a bit stiff, but might just need a clean. I'll have to figure out how to clean it. So I got the front panel off. I actually need a special set for this. It's one of those kind of star shaped with a little bit in the middle. I don't know what they're called. I think I do have a set somewhere. I just need to find it. And now you decided you don't want to focus. Anyway, the top here, look at the dirt on this guy. I need to clean everything here. Oh man, and yeah, that's all cracked here, the T-molding. Anyway, that's interesting. I knew about that already. That's I got the idea doing my Donkey Kong camp like that, the Marquee lighting. They use those bulbs, bayonet 555 type bulbs. Are they 555? I never know. It's just, I have a ton of these anyway. It's the same one you find in pinballs. So it uses just 5 of these instead of a big tube. Doesn't shine as much, but I sort of prefer it. Actually, this is toast. They're all toast. When you see that kind of metally shine on top of it, they should be see-through. They're all gone. But it doesn't shine as much, but it's just I'm gonna replace these by LEDs as well. Less power intensive. It won't burn your Marquee, no, at least not as quickly, and it's easier to replace, you know. There you go. I'll put this back. I'm gonna find this set to just inspect quickly what's under the glass here. I actually see some cracks, do I? No, I thought I did. I do see some masking tape though. There's something over here. To probably have yeah, you can see there's another glass inside here, and I wonder, is it because there's some burn on the monitor? Could well be. Could be. I have a spare monitor anyway over there. I have a ton of spare PS2 as well. I can move them out of my house because they're just taking too much space. I have to find space for them. Yeah, so let's open this. So this is how you get to the glass. You take this off. So there you go. I managed to open this guy. I actually didn't. Well, I did find the right type of tool for it, but they were actually so chewed up. I had to cut a notch in them and just use a flathead screwdriver. Can I focus on this a bit more? There you go. So just to use the Dremel tool here. Come on, focus. Use the Dremel tool just to cut that notch in them, and then use the flathead screwdriver to get them out. Yeah, I'll probably replace them with just black flatheads. Some people get very upset when you do that, but they're only screws. I know they're not original, but there's original and original. You know? if it gets in the way of you actually fixing the cab. So that's interesting here. I've actually cleaned most of the cab here, although it probably still looks dirty, but trust me, I've cleaned, at least surface cleaned it, so I could actually just touch it without, you know, getting whatever infection. I just use alcohol and swipes. That's actually coming out really, that's in really nice shape actually. I have to say that's in really nice shape. And the whole cab, after inspecting it a lot more, I thought it was in rougher shape than it actually is. I mean, it's not, you know, it's not super clean, but there's some the edges, the bottom is actually not great. I'll have to replace the whole corner here. So I'll have to cut out a corner here and probably replace it. I've seen John's Arcade do that. I'll probably do something similar. But the monitor, Still dirty actually. The monitor has some burn in it. You can actually just make out Trojan. You can see the N here. Yeah, there you go, Trojan. And then here, if you look, you can see the high score. So that's the Pacman. It actually tells me that the top is actually this side, which is good. When I flip it, I won't have to flip it the wrong way by accident. You can see the holes here and here, so I can actually flip it. And inside was, so you had this mask here, which was in this way, which actually funny. Slides it in a funny angle, but the right shape for it, for this cab anyway, was this way. And then you had this cover here on top of it, which is a sort of dark plexiglass. I have tons of these, but they used to do that to actually hide some of the burn, you know, when there was a bit too much burn on your monitor. It hides that, and you can't actually see the burn anymore, but you have to crank up the brightness then. And it does affect the colors a bit, not too much, but it does a bit. And then I actually thought that there could have been the original Pacman Marquee behind that, but there wasn't. And actually, that's not the right size glass for. So I'm gonna need to find another glass size. I'm just doing this with one hand because this here doesn't fit. Well, I won't have to find another glass. I'm just gonna have to strip the black off. I've done that before. You just paint stripper and take your time doing it. It's actually flaking off here already. That, or I'll have to get another bit of glass recut. It's actually interesting here because this bit actually secures the glass in place. But anyway, so I'm going to take all this out, store it somewhere, and I think. What's the first thing I need to do? I think the first thing I need to do is I need to address the wood at the bottom. This bit here, I was actually going to strip all this off and put some new wood veneer, but I think I can live with some of the smaller patches. I'm going to reglue this in place, and here, this bigger chunk that's actually gone, I'm going to sand the edge off because that's actually there is a bit of swelling here. Actually, it's not too bad. But I think what I'll do here is I'll probably paint and match it. Take my time and just try to match it with paint. And here, I need to take a good chunk off. It's just peeling off. Yeah, it's peeling off really easy up to here. There you go. So I think we need to take this corner off altogether, and then find maybe a smaller piece of something similar to match it at the bottom. But if that's the only corner that's bad, and I think it is, I don't think the other bits are as bad. I'll have to bondo the bottom, that's the only thing. But other than that, I think we're okay. I'll probably just trim, slice it. Actually, there's this here as well. And this, I spoke too fast. Do you know, I can actually live with that. I'd rather have most of the original here, because this type of stuff is actually much more expensive, and the one I have on the Donkey Kong cab is a lot cheaper, doesn't quite match, and it looks fine, and because it's clear that I've made that other cab. But if I put that on here, first it'll look too similar, and I don't know, I'll have to think about it. I kind of like this one, but to find this is actually quite expensive, and I'm not ready to spend money in that yet. So I'm just gonna fix what I can do. So the bottom, I'm gonna fix the corner. I'll have to remove the T-molding, and then we can start getting the all the bits. So I'll have to redo the panel here. I'm gonna have to find a bezel, screen bezel, the art for the bezel. Sorry, it's all here. And then the glass, strip the glass, and find hopefully new or stock or used Pacman. Fix the lights, and that's at least then that's the cab cosmetically sorted, and then we'll start worrying about what's inside, what works, what doesn't, what needs to be worked on. So that's another full project. I'd say it's going to take me It's going to take me a few months because obviously I can only work on these sporadically when I'm not working on music and when I'm not working on stuff on the house and when I'm not at work. So yeah, hopefully we'll get a cool series of videos out of it. Anyway, I suppose this one is long enough. This is actually much better now. There's a bit of give. I actually cleaned that. There was a bit of gunk on the back of the underside as well. Yeah, it's much better. It's not as rigid. Probably do. I'll have to check what color the original controller. Anyway, I think I'm gonna run out of time on this camera. Anyway, so this is a new project starting now. Guys, thank you for watching and well, stay tuned.